Hello, hello. Welcome back to the weekly podcast, the Monday Motivation Podcast. No more excuses. I am your host, Sandi Ballard. Appreciate you listening and sharing. And if you're not sharing again, why the hell not? Right? Want to keep me all to yourself? It's super easy to share. Anyway, I appreciate that because I've heard from some new people as to where they're listening. And so if you have not emailed me or posted in the comment section where you're listening, what city, state, country, that kind of thing, please do. And my email is sballard@growingforward.biz. And also appreciate you connecting with me on social media so you can follow the whole week, the theme, because I always post a question or an article or a comment about that to keep you going throughout the whole week, not just listening once and you're done. So, still fun. Like I said, still fun and exciting. 2 years of doing these podcasts, 135 episodes. And I love hearing from you and appreciate that. So, and as you know, the end of this year, the end of 2018 is coming at us fast. Last week someone said 2 months until Christmas. Yikes, right? So how many days is that? Not many. So what are you going to do? I'm continuing to ask you and everyone, what are you doing to finish strong? One thing a day, right? That's what I'm doing. My third book is the one big ass thing I need to get done this year. And so I'm doing one thing a day to finish that. And big editing coming up today after this goes out. And all day I'm like, we're doing this. And yes, managing your shit show is key to making this happen. My client I referred to, both recently talking about their schedules, but the one I met with last week, and it's really helped her and him, but really helped her get things together and learning how to manage her shit show. I walked in after 2 weeks, and the schedule she had created is still being adhered to. One of the other employees, I saw her as I was walking by, she commented about how great everything is and how everything just feels better. The whole office is being affected in a positive way. And when my client walked in to start our meeting, she appeared different. And I was like, okay, did you have new glasses? She's like, no. Like, new hairstyle? Are you doing it differently? She's like, nope. It's how I always wear it. And I just was like, something seems different. And she smiled, and I'm like, that's it. You're smiling. She shared also her success about how she had knocked another item off the list. So the 2 weeks before, she had created a schedule, and so the first success was everyone adhering to that, and how everything had changed. And then there was also one other big thing that kept falling off her plate, and she was like, it's done. I'm like, oh my God, how? What is going on? And she, just by applying and adapting the same tactic for the first horrible task that was a big frustration, she now got the other thing done, the other task off her list, and now not is it not on her to-do list. It's not on her to-do list or her plate ever again. She was just getting it completed, getting it caught up. And I was like, boom, there it is, double high five. And how badass is she? 2 things that had been falling off her plate, causing her such frustration. Her department and the whole office could feel the frustration and the negative energy. It was creating her shit show. And everything was so frustrating that she didn't want to come to work. And in a matter of 2 weeks, and her listening to my suggestions, creating the schedule, holding her team accountable, the energy, her mindset has changed, and now she understands how powerful that was. And she can see the forest through the trees. And she's adapting it to other things. That one thing at a time tactic, right? One little thing a day. Oh, and also there was one of her staff members, her team members in her department was on vacation. And it wasn't chaos. I mean, before you walk in, everybody was just desks were a mess, everything was crazy. And she's like, nope, everyone's chipping in, asking what they can do, and being proactive. They're finally getting out from in front of the fire hose in reactive mode. They're being proactive. She also shared that she was so focused on what she wasn't getting done, trying to do it all. Last week I talked about asking for help, but she was reluctantly followed my suggestions, but she saw the progress and realized she had to change her mindset. The last month was a shit show. She had to let go of it. There's nothing she could do about it. There's no do-overs. And just allowing herself to let go of that and going, okay, that month is behind us. I've seen progress and I've seen successes by going forward. She shifted her mindset and energy in her department, and again in the whole office, so much more positive and productive. Whew. Sorry, so excited. I wanted to share that. I know it's a long story, but it was such a huge success just in 2 weeks to see the amazing shift in her and the whole office in general. And I'm sharing that because probably many of you listening out there, or people have been in that same situation or are in that same situation, and you feel like you're never going to get through that. And I had a listener email me thanking me for my words. Sort of the same thing, but it was more of especially when I was talking about the negative self-talk. It's been a little while. But he said he's bad at that. And when everything is going wrong at once, again, that shit show, and you just can't feel like you're going to get through it, you start blaming yourself and negative talk about yourself, right? And now he's catching himself, checking his mindset, his attitude, and learning how to stop and correct his words and his whole thoughts in his head. I appreciated hearing from him about that because that's why I love doing what I do. And the thing is that negative talk is a result from not being a ringmaster. We've all heard the phrase, snap out of it, right? Or we've been told. It's not that easy sometimes. And these stories are why I love doing what I do. I love helping people see and realize there is a way out, that there is a way to achieve the success you desire, and how not to give up. So this week, think deeper about what you want and how in the next couple months you can get as close as possible. And if things have been going wrong, if you're still not managing or being the ringmaster of your show and feel like it's getting worse, 2 things. What's your mindset like? What's your attitude? Okay. And the second, what are you doing to change things? Are you sitting around bitching or are you digging deeper? Because making sure you're not beating a dead horse, remember the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Okay. So think about what's your mindset like? And what are you doing to change things, especially your attitude? And this year, as it's coming to a close, think about you still have 2 months. There's still lots of time to get things done if you do one thing a day. All right? And remember, you all are badasses. Don't forget that. And if you need help realizing that, because evidently that is what I do, I help people realize their badassness, contact me. Email me, sballard@growingforward.biz, and let's find your badassness. All right? Have a great week, and I look forward to hearing from you. Cheers.